Whew, listen. So hip hop culture has been moving this week, okay? Drake's alleged Iceman leak has the internet spiraling. Kendrick Lamar still somehow remains part of the conversation, even when he's quiet, okay? Then we got women in rap that are once again at the center of debate, and we got new music drops from both established artists and rising names. So, if you've been busy all week and missed what's been happening in the culture, don't worry, because today we are breaking down everything y'all missed in hip hop and R&B this week. And trust me, some of these conversations are getting real interesting. Welcome back to Hip-Hop Clarity, where we provide clarity in the rumors. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's start with Drake because social media has been going crazy over these alleged, we'll say alleged, although I think we all kind of know this is Drake's Iceman leaks, okay? Now, people are debating whether this is a hungry Drake again or if this rollout is trying too hard. And what's interesting is that every single Drake conversation somehow circles back to the Kendrick Lamar situation, right? Their battle. That battle has really changed the way people listen to Drake now. Some fans are saying that the leak sounds focused and aggressive, and while others think Drake is trying to regain control of the narrative yet again. But one thing is for sure, the internet is talking, and honestly, that's what Drake has always known how to do better than almost anybody is get the internet talking. Now, I personally have not listened to it, but I've been seeing some mixed reviews about it. Some people, mostly from the Drake side, is like, yeah, this is what it is, and what have you. But then there's people that's on the other side and other that's not on either side. Now, from what I'm getting from those that's in the middle and that just loves hip hop and loves music, they're saying basically that Drake is doing too much and doing too much, not in a way of like he doesn't have the right to speak on, the battle. But if you're going to speak on the battle and if you're going to come at Kendrick, your bar should be up to par to do that. And honestly, and I have not listened to it, and I do kind of want to do a reaction on it, a cold reaction to it. But based on those who are like hip hop purists or music purists, I should say, that's how they feel like, yo, you can still talk about the beef. Beef is beef is beef is beef. However, it's how you are going to talk about it. Like if you're gonna come at Kendrick, you better come at Kendrick. You better be in your bag, right? And it sounds like from what people are saying is that he's really not in his bag. He sounds like he's more complaining. And again, I have not listened to it, so I don't know. But that's what it seems to be from those who are in the middle between. They're not like a pure Drake fan. They're not like a pure Kendrick fan. They're talking on the side of music. That's what I'm getting from it. But speaking of Kendrick, it's honestly fascinating how Kendrick Lamar still dominates conversations even without dropping every week. Okay, so the people are still discussing who really won long term. Kendrick did. Y'all need to stop. He did. Okay. They're still discussing the Grammy conversations. They still have they still talk about the influence, the replay value of the diss songs, and also GNX, right? Which I still love. And who shifted the culture the most, okay? And whether people want to admit it or not, the battle that was between Drake and Kendrick has changed hip hop history. You can feel it in the way fans analyze lyrics now, which is something that we used to do back in the day in our days. You can also feel how artists are moving now. You're feeling that they really want to bring authenticity back because that's what the fans want. So it's like they're trying to. It seems like some of the artists are really trying to cater to the fans and bringing back that authenticity, which I welcome. I welcome that. Okay, when we were coming up, you could tell you can tell the sound of the person. You knew when Jay-Z was coming out. You knew when Nas was coming out. They had their distinct sound. You didn't Everybody didn't sound like everybody. It was a regional thing. It was a style type of rapping style as well. Don't get me wrong, we did. It isn't like we didn't have copycats, but they didn't last that long either. Like I remember when Das Effects come out, and everybody wanted to do subsidy, and all that stuff. They wanted to rap like that, but everybody could not rap like that. So you did have your copycats, but you had your authenticity as well, and I think that that's a good thing that hip hop is coming back to its roots. It takes it a little bit. It's taking a little bit of time, but it is coming back. It's just being reshaped differently, but it's coming back, and I enjoy that. So, with this particular hip hop battle, the impact of that battle between Kendrick and Drake, it still lingers very, very heavy. Okay, I personally, again, I like I stated before, I did not listen to this current Drake drop, but I am looking forward to listening to it. And it's crazy how people think that they can anticipate Kendrick's move based on this. He's not going to say anything. That man is not going to say anything. And that's it. That's what makes it wild. He's not going to say anything. But to circle back, because Drake decided to put not only Kendrick in the conversation, but LeBron James and also J. Cole, from what I heard in the conversation, based on the hip hop heads that just listen to the lyricism and it's not on either one side, they're saying that he should have came a lot better. Like he should have came a lot harder than what he did. And I'm not pausing, I'm too grown for pausing. So I think that that part may make it underwhelming where people's like, here we go, we're talking about the beef again. Because if you're going to do that again, like I stated before, if you're going to do that, you got to make people be like, oh, okay. Oh, he got to answer back now. And I don't think that's what it's giving at the moment. But let's transition on. So the women in hip hop conversation I feel should be something that we really, really need to talk about more. Okay. Now, of course, there's commercial dominance. Then we have lyricism, visibility, fan bases, and who really is leading the culture right now. But let me tell you something. What I don't like about that is that when it comes to the commercial dominance, that's the only part everybody thinks about. Well, if they sold out this and if they sell that and da da da, then it's like nothing else counts. There are women that's really rapping out here. Okay, and I don't like that it's always a commercial thing. Don't get me wrong, the commercial girlies, they got every hey, the commercial girl has got it. And but what I do like about this, I'm glad that this conversation is coming up, is that y'all are realizing, not y'all, but the ones that's out here are finally realizing that women have been carrying rap. Actually, women been carrying rap for the past 7 years. Okay? If y'all looked on my tweets, y'all would see that at least a couple of years ago I kept saying the women is carrying hip hop. The women is carrying hip hop. The women is carrying hip hop. And I actually had some people that disagreed with me about that. I was like, the women are carrying hip hop. They really are. They're not only were they carrying hip hop, they are carrying the brand deals. They are the reason why people is outside going to concerts. The women were, not the men. It was the women. It was Meg, it was Cardi, it was Lotto, it was all of the women that was outside. Okay, and Rhapsody was outside when she was outside. And she was outside in 2024 when Schoolboy Q came out, when he set the pace and the bar for rap for 2024. I'ma still keep saying that. I'ma keep saying that. Y'all can't tell me nothing different. She met that bar and she exceeded it a little bit herself. So the women has been outside, and what I'm loving about it more is that the diversity of women is coming back around again too. We're hearing the different styles again. Everybody's not trying to sound like everybody, and I like that. You got your Cardi Lane that's popped up. You got your Meg Lane that's there, and guess who's coming back outside, which we've all seen. Remy Ma's back outside. By the way, we need to give Remy Ma a round of applause because she her YouTube freestyle went to 1 million organically, not bought. I'm not saying no names when they came out with their stuff. I'm just saying hers isn't bought, and her freestyle is 1 million now, and I think it's past 8 million. It's past 8 million on Instagram. So kudos to Remy Ma for that. But the ladies is back outside, and I'm loving it. I'm really loving it. Connie Diamond is another one I like. I love me some Connie Diamond. If you have not listened to Underdog season 2, you need to. I think that's a dope record she did. But there are some women that is just they're showing y'all. They're I mean, the women are helping, they driving the engagement of hip hop culture right now. The conversations are really loud. The fan bases are passionate. They're kind of crossing into each other. You know what else I've noticed too? A lot of the stan culture is getting oh, I don't want to say too much because then it might ramp up again, but it seemed like it's decreasing. The stan, not the fan bases, the stan bases seems to be diminishing. And I like that. I like that a lot, but the culture is definitely shifting with more women in hip hop taking the reins and going out and getting their brand deals and sponsorships and what have you. Now, this is where I'm really going to have the most fun because, y'all, we need to talk about new music. We really don't get to hear too much about new music. And as a hip hop platform that loves hip hop, R&B, and B, and what have you. And yes, we do clarify the rumors and things like that, but we love music. So let's just talk about some of the releases. I haven't listened to anything yet, but I got to make sure we have our hip hop and our R&B outside, okay? So this week we saw a couple of releases and some buzz form with Lucky. Kevin Gates is supposed to be back outside. Quando Rondo, Kenny Mason, and BNYX. I don't know who that is, so I might be saying his name wrong. Don't shoot me. I don't know. Now, on the R&B side, Maya's outside, Tones Stith, and Adria Kane. I'm looking forward to listening to that. Let me see who they are. And then there's some growing anticipation. Like I think that Lotto's will be coming back outside again, and Six Black and also or Black and there's supposed to be some more people, but overall it seems like the music side of the culture has actually been active and I like that. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually like this format because it gives us a chance to step back and look at the full culture instead of just one story, right? Look, hip hop moves so fast. Like if you blink for 2 days, suddenly there's leaks and debates and subliminals and interviews and an entirely new timeline on social media. So I definitely want to continue doing these weekly wrap ups with y'all. But I want to hear from you. What do you think was the biggest hip hop story of the week? Was it Drake, Kendra's continued influence, women in rap, or the new music drops? Drop your thoughts in the comments because y'all already know these conversations get interesting and we want to hear everything. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss future culture recaps and commentary. And as always, this is Hip Hop Clarity, where we provide the clarity in the rumors. I'll catch y'all next week. Bye.
For hip hop, this is hip hop of the day. I give props to hip hop, so hip hop, hooray! Oh! Ring a ding ding!